Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. We had the main event of TLC put together at Survivor Series yesterday. The show wasn't even over, and they had a backstage promo with Seth Rollins, where basically Seth Rollins said that he had a really good match against Nakamura, and the announcer surprised him with the fact of, hey, what do you think about your match at TLC that's been named against Dean Ambrose? It's going to be an Intercontinental Championship match. As of right now, there is no stipulation, but I will tell you honestly, I think Ambrose versus Rollins is possibly the hottest feud that there is in WWE, minus anything that is going on in the women's division. Honestly, people are probably really wanting to see Ronda Rousey go up against Becky Lynch. People probably wanting to see Becky Lynch versus Charlotte again. People possibly wanting to see Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. People wanting to see Nia Jax against Becky Lynch. So there's a lot of matches in the women's division that people really want to see. But when it comes to the men, I think, honestly, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose deserves to be the TLC, the actual real match. You can remember when these guys feuded the first time after the breakup of the Shield, when Rollins turned on Ambrose and Reigns. It led to their SummerSlam match, which was a really, really fun lumberjack match. It's possibly the best lumberjack match that I've ever seen. I know that I enjoyed him when I was kids. Now when you see the lumberjack match gimmick come out on Monday Night Raw, I think honestly all of us just sort of groan. But Rollins and Ambrose were basically able to turn the whole lumberjack match into having all the lumberjacks fight each other to the point where Rollins and Ambrose were able to slip through the fighting lumberjacks and actually have their fight in the crowd, making their way back down to the ring before they finally got a finish. And then, of course, Ambrose, I think Ambrose got injured, and then the Reigns and Rollins had their feud, which then turned into Reigns being injured, Ambrose having to come back and attack him. I think that might have even been at TLC. But, that was the Night of Champions, I'm pretty damn sure. Reigns came back at TLC, and that's when he said he was going to be in the Royal Rumble. But I can honestly tell you that I'm looking forward to this match. Ambrose had his promo last week where he sat on the hood of the car and he threw his vest into the burning fire pit, and it was a really cool promo. I think it really fit Dean Ambrose. He's finally getting away from, pushing the hot dog cart and being that just sort of crazy lunatic that doesn't really make a lot of sense. He almost looks like he's sort of like a cartoon zombie or something like that. Now he's actually going to be able to play the part of a menacing heel. And I think that's something that people have been really looking forward to ever since he ever came to WWE from the Indies, where he wrestled as Dean Moxley. So as of right now, I would be really surprised if Dean Ambrose did not beat Seth Rollins, especially with it being an Intercontinental Championship match. And as of right now, that's the one thing that they're really harping, that's sort of the main thing of the match, is that the Intercontinental title's on the line. And, for one thing, for Ambrose to stab... it's one thing for Ambrose to stab Rollins in the back, but for him to stab him in the back and now also take that Intercontinental Championship that Rollins, even when he was tag title champion, was very, very proud of. I think that Rollins, takes that place as being the mid-card champion in WWE very seriously, and for Ambrose to take that, I think it's going to push this feud even to the next limit.